Hey y'all, we back. Story time with Gia. Y'all back for another one? All right, we got a good book today. A Terrible Place for a Nest. Now this is going to be a suspense for one, I think, today. Where in the world did the bird put the nest? Now, as anybody knows, Gia loves birds. Yes, I do. I truly do. So, in my lifetime, there has been many places that birds have made their nests, around my home. And the one place that I can say was a terrible place for a nest was my front door. I had a beautiful wreath on the front door. I think it was like a sunflower wreath. That's probably why it did it, because it thought it was real sunflowers. Well, I opened the door one day, to go out the front door. And to my surprise, it was a bird's nest nestled into the wreath. And then, to my surprise, there was 3 or 4 eggs in the nest. I said, oh no, ma'am. So that had to happen within 24 hours, because the day before I went out, there was no nest, right? So she done made her nest and she done put the eggs in the nest. So guess what? I couldn't move it. And so we just went out the back door. We went out the sliding glass door. We went out the garage door for like a month or so until the babies was hatched and everything. The front door was just a mess because of the mama being there, the father being there, then the babies come. Okay, so the front door was like, don't even come through the front door. Don't even open the door, because I don't want none of that in the house. It's beautiful to look on the outside. But that was a terrible place for a nest, okay? But I don't think she understood that. But let's see where this bird puts a nest at. All right, we are going to read this beautiful book. It is written by Sara Levine and illustrated by Erica Meza. Beautiful illustrations already, okay? So, A Terrible Place for a Nest. When Juno and his mom lost their home, they had to move to a different place. Okay, so they moved to somewhere else. All right, let's see what happens. They noticed the birds the moment they arrived. Mama flung open the gate and birds made a whistling sound as they rose into the air. Oh, Mama said, morning doves, how lovely. But it wasn't lovely, not to Juno. To him, they sounded startled and frightened. Now, I like morning doves. Morning doves are pretty. They make funny sounds. This will be your new room, Mama said. I'm never going to fall asleep here, Juno said. The new grocery store didn't even carry Juno's cereal. Uh-oh. He mad because they don't have his cereal at the grocery store. All right now, Juno, get it together. At the new school, Juno missed his old friends. These kids didn't even talk to him. Oh, they acting fresh. Oh, look at Gia in the front up there. Look at Gia, the teacher. Hey, Gia. This is a terrible place, Juno yelled. When he finally got home from school, the birds flew up. Sticks and pine needles came raining down. Oh, Mama said, I think you scared them. They should be scared, Juno said. This is a terrible place to build a nest. Juno got an attitude. All right, Juno. Juno got to get it together, right? The next morning, Juno and his mom saw the birds scratching in the dirt. They were making cooing sounds. Coo, 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 right? That's how the mourning doves sound. Mourning doves get their name because their calls sound sad, Mama said. Juno thought they did sound sad. He hoped they were okay, and they seemed mostly fine to him until the next day. Uh-oh. What happened to the mourning doves? Let's see. You see Juno looking out the window? That morning, the yard was silent. I told you it was a bad place for a nest, Juno said. Oh, honey, Mama said. Juno wiped his face on his shirt. I'm not going to school, he said. Okay, Mama said, but just for today. Oh, look at what happened. The nest fell. Oh. The nest fell. Juno's upset. That afternoon, Juno gathered the fallen sticks and the pine needles and tried to rebuild the nest. He and his mom researched what mourning doves like to eat. All right, Juno's gonna rebuild this nest and gonna get a little bit of food in there for the mourning doves. Sounds like a plan. The birds came back for the seeds, but they didn't return to their spot on the fence. Why is that, y'all? Why didn't they return to the spot? Until one day a bird was sitting in the nest. Mama said this meant there were eggs. All right, look at that. One of the birds said, oh, they done made the nest. I'm gonna sit in it. In school, Juno learned how long it took for chicks to hatch. Oh, look at that. He's writing it all out, writing everything. Look at that. See, he's writing everything. Yeah, Juno. He done went to the library at the schoolhouse. Okay. Oh, he wrote a lot of stuff on the fences. He did his best to protect them because the nest is in the wrong spot. He says, shh, now approaching bird nesting area. Please, no nest peeking. We promise they are there. It's nice to be nice, but it's nicer to be nice to baby birds too. Careful, birds nesting. Please open and close carefully and enter. He had a lot of little signs on the fence. So people knew, don't open and slam the door. One morning, the bird in the nest looked bigger. And sure enough, babies. Oh, yes. Gia loves when the babies come. It's such a joy to see. Every spring, it happens. I see a nest, and then I see eggs, and then I see babies. I told them it wasn't a great place for a nest, Juno said. Now here they go. They're having a picnic, watching the birds. But we made it work. Yes, you did, Juno. This is beautiful. So it is saying on the back, it says, home can sometimes be where you least expect it, right? It just like for the birds, okay? How they built their nest on the fence where you open and close it to come in and out. So if you open it, the nest is gonna fall. right? So they had to be very, don't open too wide, don't push too wide, right? But home can sometimes be where you least expect it. So for Juno, right, and his mama, they had to go move to a different area, right? And when they moved to a different area, of course, Juno didn't like it. He was like, this is not what I'm used to. I'm not used to this place where I'm living. I'm not used to the school. I'm not used to these kids in the class. I'm not used to the grocery store because they don't have my cereal that I like. You see? But sometimes, y'all, that's what has to happen. All right? So at the end, both were good. The birds, the babies, and Juno and his mama. So there you have it. This was a beautiful, beautiful read. And the illustrations were very, very nice. I really appreciated that. And, you know, it's nice whenever you have nice illustrations and a beautiful book. And you know, I love brown people books. Yeah, I know I love those. So when I see them, I get them real quick. All right? Representation matters. So until next time, y'all, we are going to be talking about birds on the next story also. All right, that story is going to be called Bird Count. And you can't wait, because Gia is going to have some accessories with that story. So another 2 weeks, Lord willing, and Bird Count will be on the YouTube channel. So until next time, keep reading. All right. Shalom. Goodbye.